From the depraved mind of the Brooklyn vampire himself, a haunting descent into madness, evil, and unimaginable horror. Serial killer Albert Fish carved his name into the darkest corners of true crime history. Known by chilling titles like The Brooklyn Vampire and The Werewolf of Wisteria, his legacy is drenched in horror. A man who not only kidnapped and murdered innocent children, but devoured them. Driven by a hunger that defies humanity, Albert Fish evaded justice for years, hiding behind a mask of frailty and normalcy. But in 1934, his own twisted need to relive the horror betrayed him. He sent a chilling letter to the family of Grace Budd, the innocent 10-year-old girl he had brutally murdered 6 years prior. That letter, soaked in cruelty, carried an emblem on the envelope that would become his downfall. It was the thread that led investigators straight to the monster, and finally, to his arrest. The letter itself, addressed to Grace's grieving mother, was a horrifying confession, detailing in graphic, remorseless language how Fish chose to cannibalize her little girl. It wasn't just a letter, it was a window into pure evil. Fish went on to describe in detail how he killed, butchered, and ate Grace. He also wrote about another crime, the murder of 4-year-old Billy Gaffney, in a letter to his attorney. Fish went on to describe in detail how he killed, butchered, and ate Grace. He also wrote about another crime, the murder of 4-year-old Billy Gaffney, in a letter to his attorney. These letters were written by a man with no remorse for his actions, offering a disturbing look into the twisted mind of a serial killer. Hello viewers, today in this video, I will tell you the 5 most chilling quotes from Albert Fish's disturbing letters. Given all that, we urge you to proceed with caution, as these quotes may contain disturbing content for some. So hold your seatbelt and let's begin the video. Number 1. He told me so often how good human flesh was, I made up my mind to taste it. The first part of the letter to Grace Budd's family describes how Fish became a cannibal. He tells the story of his friend, Captain John Davis, who was stranded in China during a famine in 1894. The famine was so horrific that people were driven to kill children and sell their flesh to survive. Fish claimed that this is when John first tasted human meat. After returning to the United States, he kidnapped, murdered, and devoured 2 innocent boys. The entire account is nothing short of a nightmare, a twisted story that feels more like a nightmare than reality. The police were immediately skeptical of Fish's story, especially since there was no famine in China in 1894. It's chillingly possible that Fish fabricated this story, not out of truth, but to somehow justify his horrific thirst for cannibalism. Number 2. On Sunday, June 3rd, 1928. I called on you at 406 W15. Saint brought you pot cheese, strawberries. We had lunch. Grace sat in my lap and kissed me. I made up my mind to eat her. Grace Budd's kidnapping becomes even more chilling when you realize that Fish had met her entire family before. The innocence of their encounters makes his betrayal even more horrifying. He pretended to be a kind man, one who was considering hiring Grace's older brother, Edward. But beneath that false guise was a predator, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The Budds welcomed Fish into their home, shared a meal with him, believing him to be a harmless stranger. Little did they know, their trust would be shattered in the most unimaginable way. All throughout what appeared to be a friendly get-together, Fish was quietly plotting the horrific murder of their innocent daughter. Number 3. How sweet and tender her little ass was roasted in the oven. In the letter, Fish chillingly recounts how John had told him that the meat from a child's bottom was the most delicious, a horrifying detail that only deepens the darkness of his twisted mind. After detailing how he killed Grace Budd, Fish describes his first meal in grotesque detail. When you remember that he wrote this specifically for her mother to read, it makes the chilling words even more horrifying. Number 4. He was dead then. I stuck the knife in his belly and held my mouth to his body and drank his blood. One of Fish's infamous nicknames was the Brooklyn Vampire, and this part of his twisted account of Billy Gaffney's murder makes it painfully clear why. By this point, Fish had already mutilated Billy's body, but the fact that he drank the child's blood takes the horror to an entirely new, unspeakable level. Number 5. I never ate any roast turkey that tasted half as good as his sweet fat little behind did. The letter about Billy Gaffney details, with chilling precision, how Fish prepared the meat he took from the boy's body, a cold, calculated act of horror. He goes on to list the other ingredients he cooked it with, including bacon and onions. It reads almost like a twisted recipe. But the most chilling part of all is the line where he compares human meat to turkey. The horror of Albert Fish's actions goes beyond the unimaginable violence and depravity he inflicted on his victims. His letters, cold and calculated, offer a terrifying glimpse into the mind of a man who saw his crimes not as acts of evil, but as just another grotesque part of his twisted reality. Each word he wrote was a reminder of the darkness that lurked within him, a darkness that still haunts us today, long after his capture. His chilling confessions are a somber testament to the true depth of human monstrosity, a darkness that can never be forgotten. Viewers, these were the 5 most chilling quotes from Albert Fish's disturbing letters. Viewers, what you can say about this case, please tell me in the comment box. Thanks for watching. If you found this story gripping, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling true crime stories. And remember, if you or anyone you know is battling dark thoughts, don't hesitate to reach out to a mental health professional. Until next time, take care of yourself, and I meet you in new interesting video.